Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Jay Larone with Jay Larone Presents, where we talk about the facts, foolishness, and black female fuckery. Now, today's video, we're going to look at O'Shea Duke Jackson as he talks about Cynthia G, how she's somehow able to, even though she's demonetized on YouTube, she's still coming up on platforms with these two guys. Of course, it's Storm Monroe and Demas and Thoth, whatever the I still don't understand that fucking name. But this one is her talking to Storm Monroe, and she basically tries to tell her side of the story of her being demonetized and things like that. And still she's unable to take accountability for why she got deplatformed. She's still saying it's not her fault, blaming it on everybody except herself. So you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Please like, subscribe, and share, and fair use, fair use.
But on YouTube, it's very rare to see somebody get a second chance, especially when that YouTuber has been banned because of community guidelines violations. But that doesn't stop Cynthia G, who's been banned not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4. But oh, the 4th time seems to be a nail in a coffin. She seems to have been put in the YouTube graveyard. But Cynthia G wants to make a 4th comeback to the platform. But there is just one issue. Cynthia G is still unaware of her problems that she had on the platform. Instead of being aware of what she's done, again, she's blaming others. People who had nothing to do with the hate speech and vile videos that she uploaded onto this very platform. But I want to talk about this from a very interesting perspective, because Cynthia G came to Storm Monroe and tried to plead her case in a very unsuccessful manner. But I want to talk about 3 points that Cynthia G is going to try to make in her plea to come back to YouTube. And the first plea she's going to make is, she doesn't really care about being on YouTube anymore. Life is so much better. But she's going to say that she has been targeted, and that is the reason why she's off the platform. Let's check it out.
I'm actually doing really good. You know, I'm enjoying my time off of YouTube, actually.
Really?
I actually prefer the exclusivity of Patreon.
Okay.
I like that it's not trolling. I like that, you know, it's like a filter through people coming and stealing your content and making videos based on your content, because in order to access the content, you have to pay. So It's behind a paywall. So it really filters out a lot. Basically, I can just do my content and then not have the stress of all the toxicity that comes with Blackie.
And being out in the public. You know what you that's a very good point. For those of you guys that do not know, you know, Cynthia G.
In other words, people can pay for her to spew her nonsense and her, you know, vitriol and all that disgust for black men, right? Now in order for you to hear that, you got to go and pay to hear her BS. That's basically what it is.
YouTube channel was terminated. I feel like she was targeted. I don't know if Cynthia wants to get into that or not.
I do feel like I was targeted, and I might as well, since the woman who wrote the article has already been identified.
Yes.
I'm not going to necessarily say her name because I won't give that attention. But as you know, this is a woman who, before I think like less than 24 hours after I got the strike on my channel, she emailed me and said that she was writing an article on it and asked me that I want to make a statement. And she stated that she had already had a statement from YouTube, which we both know YouTube generally doesn't give statements when they put strikes on channels.
Right.
So clearly this is something that she facilitated. She's in the article talking about how she targeted my channel, and because she wasn't able to find any recent content, that would be deemed as hate speech, she had to go 2 years into the past.
So Cynthia G is saying here, the reason why I'm not on YouTube is because people targeted me. They targeted my message. The haters got upset with what I had to say. And so therefore, they took my video down. Now let me just tell you how YouTube works for those of you who don't know how it works. If people target your channel, and it's happened to every big time YouTuber, they can report all they want. But if the video doesn't break any violations, it simply won't come down. You will be just reporting, and reporting until you get tired of reporting. But it doesn't mean the video is coming down. What Cynthia G failed to realize is because of her hate speech towards black men and the abortion of black men, that is called hate speech. So no wonder why they started reporting in the first place, because if you were to switch that rhetoric and talk about black women, then your page would definitely come down sooner than later. So instead of taking any kind of responsibility for the kind of vile hate speech she's given, she's blaming others, saying, I was targeted. But let's go to the second issue, in which she's gonna say, well, I uploaded this video 2 years ago and they approved it then, so why is it a question right now?
There isn't a
Because sometimes YouTube make mistakes. Some stuff will get overlooked. It might not go through a human review. It might be an automated review and they might not catch it, right? So obviously the woman who took Cynthia G down was probably, I mean, she does audits. That's what she does. She goes around and she does these little audits or whatever. And I think she saw that a lot of people were complaining about Cynthia G. So she went to investigate and basically held YouTube accountable for their policies. Because YouTube, if it wasn't for that white girl, I don't think that YouTube would have done anything, or it probably would have taken longer to do it. But YouTube was being held responsible for their policies, and they had to do something.
A content creator that I know of that's on YouTube that's thinking about a live stream or a video they did 2 years ago. Like,
facts.
We not sitting up thinking about that. We're constantly coming with new content, trending topics, whatever. Like now we know all this dust with Kiki Palmer, her bitter baby daddy, and
we gonna get into that.
Yeah, like we be on the next topic. Like we ain't thinking about something from 2 years ago. And I think that it's just not fair, really, for YouTube as a company to even allow someone to go 2 years into the past and say, well, hey, I have a problem with this video now. Can you remove it? And then the content creator gets a strike on the channel when, just like you said, they approved this for monetization. It went through a human review. They said that it was advertiser friendly, which means that it's not violating the community guidelines. Videos that violate the community guidelines are not advertisable. So if it's advertiser friendly, it doesn't violate the community guidelines. These are videos that shouldn't even be allowed to be reported at the end of the day.
So this argument actually is the best. She does make a very good point. YouTube approved the video 2 years ago. So it shouldn't be a problem if they manually reviewed it. So what's the issue there? That is a great point. The issue is that mistakes happen. Have you ever had something in business that you approved and then something happened and then you go back and try to correct the mistake? Well, yeah, if I own the business and I approve something that's wrong, but I know it's wrong and you bring it to me that it's wrong, well, then let me go and fix it. So YouTube does make mistakes. Well, their argument is, well, they approved it then, why not approve it now? Well, let's talk about slavery. Well, it was true in 1845 in certain states that African Americans were slaves. It was also true in certain places that blacks were considered 2/3 of a man. It was also true in certain places that it was okay to keep your wife in the house and women couldn't vote. But just because it was true then, does it make it true now? I'm pretty sure Cynthia G would not approve of those laws, because the thing is, times change. So if you do something in the past that is okay, that doesn't mean that it can't be rectified. It can't change. And we can go back and say, well, it was okay then, but right now, in this current time, that actually was a mistake. It should have been taken care of even back then, but we just missed it. And because YouTube is their own private company and they can go and do whatever they want, it's up to them to say that, you know what, we made a mistake. So this person actually is punished for uploading the video. meaning that Cynthia G should not have been even talking about that sort of content on this platform. If she wanted to talk about that sort of content, then she should gather her friends around and her family around and do it off camera, and then you can say whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. The problem is you upload that content to YouTube where they have advertisers, and when somebody says, hey, listen, you know, you have people spewing this kind of hate speech on your platform and we don't want to give money to your platform anymore, well, what are they supposed to do? They're gonna get rid of any YouTuber, including Cynthia G, who does that. And Cynthia G doesn't want to take any accountability for the fact that she made a mistake, that she should have kept that sort of rhetoric to herself. There are many things on YouTube that I feel about certain issues and certain people and certain whatever ideologies that it's not my job to come on to YouTube and say it. If I want to say it, I'll say it, you know, to people in person, or I'll keep it to myself. But your problem was you came on the platform to say it. Let's go to the third point here. The third point is this white woman who targeted her was racist. This is my favorite. Let's check it out.
But I do think it's racist for her to be weaponizing that ability, the media, to try and silence a black woman because of her opinion on black males in her community. I think that's extremely racist.
I agree.
You don't know what racist means.
And especially when there are people on the platform that are saying things that are 100 times worse than you.
So that white woman she's talking about is Ashley.
Who on what platform says things worse than Cynthia G? I think Cynthia G is like the only one in YouTube who says stuff like that about black baby boys should be deleted and stuff like that. I mean, she's like the only one that spews all this hatred to that extent. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody that's worse than her, to be honest with you. But of course, guys like Storm Monroe would say that because, of course, he's catering to an audience.
Bellinger. She is the journalist that took Cynthia G down. And the website that she is working with is called Ars Technica. Let me go ahead and tell you what her name is. So she's calling Ashley Bellinger a racist because, you know, she's impending on my opinion of black men as a black woman. Well, is that the case when you used to have white men come onto your YouTube platform that called black men lazy? You used to praise white men who said...
Exactly. She had a white guy not too long ago before she got demonetized come up on her show, you know, dogging black men out, and she just kikied and giggled and you show right. I mean, get out of here with this BS.
It's certain things about black men that were very vile and we can call racist. But that wasn't racist when white men were doing it to black men on your platform, was it? Oh no, because it fit the narrative. Right. You see, the issue is Ashley Bellinger came in and said, listen, you are talking about your own people, which is black men. That's not racism. Cynthia G doesn't know what racism is, but it's okay. We have the dictionary here that can define it. Racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. Okay, so if she is racist, then she is antagonizing you based on the fact that you are black, that you are African American. That's not what she's doing. She's reporting you on the behalf of African American men who are also marginalized just like you. You have certain rhetoric towards them that is violent or is very vile. That is not racism. Racism means I dislike you because you are black, or because you look like you're black, or because you're a part of this ethnic group. It's not because you did something to me, it's because you are part of the ethnic group. But in this case, Ashley Bellinger is not dealing with race. She's dealing with your behavior. And the fact that you are offending the people in your own community, she feels that is wrong. So that is not racism. That just basically means you don't understand what racism is. And you're using all of these failed arguments to prove a point that's really not there. The reason why you and other people who like your content are pretty much in the situation that you're in, you have no ability to be self-aware. And that is why a lot of black men look at sisters like yourself and then they ponder, how can anybody take this particular lady seriously when she has this sort of logic? And then you go around, you know, talking about black male unaccountability and things like that, but you can't be accountable for anything that you do wrong, which is exactly why you're in the position that you are in. Now, I know that you could be upset about it, but the truth is the truth, and you can't get away from the truth. And you can try to make light of it if you want, but what we're dealing with here are facts, not fiction. So I will say continue to enjoy your stay away from the YouTube platform since you believe it's so toxic. And I thought that was pretty funny, especially from an individual who all they do is spew out toxic stuff on the platform. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy. Oh.
Yeah, that's that. But yeah, she's still not getting it. She still don't understand why she's being taken off the platform. Maybe she do understand it and she just don't want to admit it, but she's never going to do that. She's just going to blame other people for her dysfunction as always. And like I said, I don't understand why these guys like Storm Monroe let people like Cynthia G up on the platform, right? You know what I'm saying? All this stuff about black men that she talks about, she's talking about you too, Storm Monroe, and the other guy that she be coming up on the platform with, Demas. You know, she's talking about both. She's talking about every black man. You know, these black women don't make, people like Cynthia G don't make no distinctions. When she's talking about one black man, she's talking about all black men. So you two guys fit into that category, but y'all be kikiing and all grinning up in her face like she's not talking about you. She's talking about you too. You know what I'm saying? And I got something that fits exactly what you guys are.
This is for the simps at the academies. Listen to your mama play. Fuck what your daddy say. Yeah. Nigga, you a simp. Yeah. Simp. Nigga, you a simp. Yeah.
I mean, straight up. I mean, she's talking about you. You are not exempt from her vitriol and her disdain towards black men. But you guys, drop some comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Jay Larone. Please be good to yourself. By all means, let's be good to one another. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? My strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life. Whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How